Hey, more to the right, Matthias. More to the right. No, 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 no. Back, 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 back. Man, come on. Are you doing that the first time?
Yes, normally I'm in front of the camera, not behind.
Okay, guys. It might take a while until we can start this Thursday review.
Oh, it's already running.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Another Thursday, another review you underwater films.
Woohoo!
Today with my lovely light assistant Matthias in the studio.
Pleasure to be here. Thank you so much for having me. And if I may say so, I think the light looks much better than in previous episodes.
I don't know why that might be.
Maybe I found my favorite position to work in on these shoots here.
All right, so you're gonna be the guy for the light.
I'm going to be stepping back and I'm going to leaving the stage for you.
I'm not sure if that is a good idea, but I can start with telling you.
Let us know if you want him to be more involved in this.
I can tell you about today the video is all about.
Yes, please do so.
Well, first of all, we have another video made by an Osmo Action 1.
Ooh,
And today's video
interesting.
is from Syed. I hope I pronounced the name correctly. Otherwise, please let us know in the comments below.
How
And
is he going to let us know? Like, how is he going to tell us how it's pronounced? Writing
well,
it.
phonetic alphabet.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry,
Well,
huh?
yeah,
That guy. Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah. Smart guy. He should do more stuff like this.
Well, now I already lost what I want to say. Now I just want to mention the video is about 15 to 16 minutes long.
Mm.
So you guys will see us cut a little bit through it just to
Keep it a bit shorter.
yeah, to keep it short and put it in the review. But as always, we'll put the link to the video in the description below so you can have a look at the whole video from Syed.
Yep. Excellent.
So that's it.
Let's watch it.
Let's watch it.
right. Thank you very much, Syed, for submitting your video here to the series. And because I'm in the role of the assistant today, I would like to pass on the words to the master of disaster for today's episode. Please let us know what you thought about Syed's video.
Well, first of all, it was quite long, so I hope I can remember everything I saw and put it in the right place. But I think it's a very good example of somebody who started diving and started videography, and I think there is a solid base there. Like he has some kind of the view for certain sceneries and stuff like that. But now you have to work on to put it in the right order and yeah, put all the pieces together.
Yeah.
And so the first thing, I'm pretty sure you know what the very first point is.
Let me guess. The spot on the lens.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, I think we had it the last 2 times, the last 2 weeks. Again, guys, if you especially have the action cameras, be sure. I see already the one has some spots on it. Clean it, and if you use it on land, maybe you have to unscrew it and clean it below the hood and as well the housing inside.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes just maybe 5 minutes, but you will be definitely happier.
But makes a big difference.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
What I liked about the video was you thought about an intro and an outro. So like you got us into the diving and you got us out of the video again, except the last still on the last frame. I wouldn't put the still in the last frame, but like the whole title and closing it down was a nice outro.
That would have been, yeah.
Choice of music. Well, first of all, the length of the video. I mean, we have to talk about it. Like, I think it was now 16 minutes.
16 something, yeah.
You mentioned your email that you do this stuff as well for your family to show them what you guys are doing while diving. I think even for that, I'm not sure, but I think even for that, it's quite long. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed to me like it was covering the entire dive. And I mean, the thing is, people will watch long content if it is, frequently changing and engaging, and it stays interesting by showing the viewer different things throughout the duration of the video that they're watching. But with this piece specifically, I found that it was rather repetitive, and it was my impression was it was basically you following your son through that dive and just filming him mostly from behind as he was being led by the dive master through the dive. And there wasn't a lot of things for someone who has not been on that dive. And I get it that for you and for your son, this might be a precious memory and a special moment that you guys shared diving together. But for someone who was not on that dive with you, it is rather dragging it out a little too much, and it's too repetitive. There's not much happening. I mean, maybe if there was a few turtles, maybe some sharks, maybe some other schools of fish coming in, and you would integrate that, into the film, that might keep it a little more interesting. But even then, the 16 minutes, that's just too long. And having it on a platform, I mean, you can probably go and see the analytics of the video. I doubt that anyone will really watch that video all the way through to the end. Most people will probably just watch the first minute or so and then click away.
And I think that has nothing to do with the quality of the video.
No.
It's really just the length.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have to really abuse something, I don't know, a masterpiece like a Hollywood blockbuster, like for 15 minutes. That's non-stop action that you could do like 16 minutes on social media.
Yeah.
It's really all about just the length for such kind of content.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, I also found that most of your takes, most of the individual clips that you were showing were too long, and it seemed like you just had your camera on and you were just swimming, going through the dive, and you were just capturing the stuff as you were swimming. It didn't seem very aimed at something, you know. It wasn't like you saw an animal and you wanted to take a quick clip of that animal, but it was rather just it looked kind of like a POV point of sort of a POV camera that was just recording as you went along through the dive.
But
And yeah, please.
but I have to mention that I think you covered one or no, not one or two, maybe some very interesting point of views.
Mm,
Like I know if it was by coincidence, but it's a very nice example to remember for the next time. For example, when he was having his son on the right side of the frame
mm-hmm.
and following, it's a nice perspective. Or
Yeah,
like or the one rock where the fish are coming over
yeah,
and going down. They're really nice perspectives, and you can really work with that.
yeah,
And if they're intentional, then that's perfect. Because what I wrote down is one thing uh, you should take away is that you take your time for a shot.
yeah,
That do I don't know if you can say that in English, like do aware filming. It's like not like the POV, just going, oh, okay, cool fish, oh, coral.
mm,
Just like, okay, I want to film that fish, and then you approach, you think, okay, where's the sun? What I want to frame?
yeah,
Do it aware, not just cover it. So, okay, I want to film that, and
yeah.
then approach and do it.
I think the word that you're looking for is deliberate.
Yeah,
You know, just see something underwater and go like, this is what I want to film. Look around, position yourself properly, see where the light's coming from, how you want to frame your scene inside of your frame, and then press record and capture the scene that way. I think, yeah, I think that would
yeah,
have
deliberate.
been a good idea, and I think that's something that you can really improve on for your next underwater filming adventures there, Syed. You mentioned the music before, or just briefly, as then you went
Yeah,
into the length of the clip or of the whole film. Music-wise, I also have a comment I want to make. Um, I don't think it's a problem if you use the same track for the entire piece, but then I would choose a track that is in its original length closer to the final length of your film. Because again, it wasn't really helpful in terms of being too repetitive by having the same music track start all over again, I don't know, 4 or 5 times throughout the entire
yeah,
film that we saw. Also, I found the music to be, for what we saw, too dramatic.
yeah,
It was starting off down here somewhere and then it ascended up here and I mean, I expected, I don't know, like a whale shark or something just popping behind the next rock, coming, just peeking out there, and it didn't happen. But it was the music that set the expectation by increasing it in intensity, throughout the film, and then it dropped down and then it started again. So if you want to do that, if you want to keep the same track, try to pick a track that is longer in
yeah.
itself already, so you don't have to repeat it so many
Yeah,
times.
and I think you have a video on your channel just about like if you have a clip and maybe they're like missing 10 seconds, 20 seconds to
Yeah,
do that. You cannot do that with, like you have a 30-second clip and a 60-minute video. That's
that doesn't
most
work.
probably not
Yeah,
working. But if you find something in the region of your video, you can there are certain tools to help you to get it in the right length.
yeah. We'll link it up here in
Yeah,
the corner and down in the video description, so you can go and check this out. This will help you just get the music into the right length for your video.
and what I wrote down for the music as well, and I'm not sure if that was intentional, but I had the feeling that you started to cut the clips, or I'm not sure if it was really like speeding it up a little bit,
Hmm.
but according to the beat and to the dramatic of the music, and I think that's a good thing. If you start doing that, just you want to support either your footage or the music, depending on what your preference is. But that's a good thing, and but
Yeah,
you have to do it like. Um, how you say that? Solid is definitely not the word.
consistently.
Yeah, it's like you really have to feel the impact.
Yeah.
It's like if you do it, and not like a little bit because then nobody will mention it. You have to feel that. Did he? Did he not?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't even deliberate. We don't know
Yeah, I
really.
don't know. But yeah, but
Maybe it
like
just happened
it
by.
felt like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Uh, yeah. What else have you written down?
I think you mentioned at the beginning the shots were a little bit shaky.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure you weren't using any tray or handle. I think that's a good thing to
that's
start
a good
off.
idea. Yeah,
And then I think a lot of clips, not your clips in general, they are way too shaky even to do it in post-production with
yeah,
the stabilizing
yeah,
software. And just my go-to will then just delete it.
yeah.
Just
Just
get
don't
it,
use it
don't use it.
if it's
It's
that
sometimes it's
shaky.
just not possible. Even with a tray, even
Yeah,
with a
yeah,
stabilization, it's not possible.
exactly.
Just don't use it.
No, no.
And oh yeah, I wrote down one thing, and I'm not. Yeah, well, actually, I'm not doing it. It's like if somebody hit a coral or did something wrong, you feel you know it's not okay
Yeah.
or it's not allowed in the area. I would not include it in the video. It's just be aware of stuff. Just cut it out because today it's on social media. It's everywhere. Um, I personally just wouldn't
Yeah,
include it
yeah.
because it gives a certain kind of feeling. Even if we know it happens the one or other time to every diver.
But you don't want to have it in your video,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. I totally agree. Um, you got anything else? Or may
Um,
I?
of course, sure, please.
Well, the lights are standing now, so I've got time to do other things. Right, so I've got a couple more things that I want to pass on to you, and this is something that hopefully other people can learn from as well, because it kind of goes into the general use of action cams underwater. We saw that when you used your Osmo Action to film against the light, the camera had a lot of troubles. You would see that contrast, it lost a lot of contrast, and the colors went all crazy. And that's what happens when you try to shoot directly into the sun. And that can happen if you're not aware of where the sun is in relation to your object that you're filming. So always try to remember that. Always have the sun, especially filming with small cameras that have small sensors and that you cannot manually adjust the exposure while you're underwater. Always have the sun behind you. Use it as your main light, lighting up your object, and then be in between your object and the sun. That's where your position should be so you can film your object using the sun behind you illuminating your object. So that just keep that as sort of a main rule that's going to eliminate a lot of these issues with getting bad quality footage out of action cameras.
Good point from the lighting guy.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, I practice every day here in the studio and in my little aquarium down here underneath the bench. Um, Then I think that also with action cams, they work much better when they're used in shallow waters. We saw that as well here in the film, that as long as you were staying in shallow water, which was sort of at the beginning of the whole film, the colors looked actually quite nice for a camera that is, was that 5, 6 years old already, and definitely not, up there with all the specs of the newer modern action cameras. But in shallow water, it performs fine. As soon as you got deeper down, colors were fading, it shifted in colors, the white balance didn't work properly anymore. That's problems that happen with smaller cameras,
Yeah.
action cams. So try to stay shallow if you can, or bring some extra light by having some underwater video lights with you. And then color shift. I did see quite a bit of color shifting in the second half of the film when you were deeper down and you were filming against the sunlight and moving the camera quite a bit around. You could see the colors shifting quite a bit. And again, that can be avoided by staying shallower and not filming against the sunlight. Also, you can try to not use auto white balance. These cameras actually have like a white balance that is meant for underwater, like an underwater mode. So maybe even use that one and stick to that fixed white balance, but at least it's not going to change the white balance as you move around underwater. And then I've got one last thing, which is the consistency of your sound design. There wasn't any sound other than the music at the beginning, and then at one point you didn't delete the sound of the files
Mm.
anymore, and we could hear the bubbles. We could hear the bubbles and the breathing underwater, which is fine in my opinion, but then just have it in the beginning as well. Just stick to the same throughout the
Yeah,
entire
be
film.
consistent.
Be
Yeah.
consistent, don't change it in between. Yeah, that's all I've written down. Have you found anything else on your Like he's written a lot of
No,
stuff down.
yeah, but I'm totally impressed by your notes. Like really structured, and mine is like all over the place. Um,
I can teach you if you want, but we'll do this in a separate video.
Now I got just two more things about the shots, and one is especially with that kind of action cameras that they don't try to follow a fish which is
Yeah,
moving away,
yeah,
because like you can get the shot if you just keep it there, fish is leaving the frame, done, you got a
yeah,
shot. But if you're following it, it's like it's ruined your shot.
yeah.
And the other thing
Good
I think,
point.
but you mentioned at the beginning already, is like the filming the divers from the back.
Yeah,
I mean, there are very rare situations where I would film a diver from the back,
yeah,
but if it's like repetitive, I just wouldn't
yeah.
include
It's
everything in.
not
Yeah.
a very pleasing perspective, really.
Yeah, especially with the action
Yeah,
cameras with the wide angle lens,
yeah.
you get the fin is very small and then it's coming very big in the frame and then we're small again. So yeah.
True, true. Yep. All right.
Yep, that's it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much, Sebastian, and thank you,
Thank
Syed, for submitting this video once again here. We had a lot of input for you. I hope that's okay, and I hope you don't take it the wrong way. It's not that your video wasn't any good. We enjoyed it. It has definitely, as Sebastian mentioned at the beginning, there's definitely a solid ground there. I think the main part with you is really in picking out whatever you want to have in your video, the editing part, and just selecting the best pieces and leaving out all the other pieces that are not really adding any value to the video, to the story, to what you're trying to convey with your video here. And you can always have this longer version, you know, on a hard drive for yourself and for your family and just have that as a memory. But if you want to share it somewhere on social media or on any platforms, I would definitely, you know, make it shorter, make it quite a bit shorter, and then you'll be all right. Then you have definitely,
Yeah.
as we said, solid ground, and you can work on that. And hopefully, the tips that we have for you today are going to be helping you in just making the next video even better than what you have achieved in this one here. So thanks again. As always, we'll link down Syed's video in the video description below, as well as his YouTube channel. Right?
Right.
And feel free to hop over there, have a look at his other videos, give him a like, a subscription, and maybe leave a comment saying hi from the two of us. And while you're at it,
Give our channel a thumbs up, a like, a subscription, I don't know what else is
a
possible there.
donation.
Yeah, we're happy if we're getting likes and thumbs up, and you let us know what you think about our review sessions here, because we have quite a lot of fun. I don't know if you can see that, but
Maybe not. Maybe we're just playing.
yeah, we'd like to continue with that. And to continue, we like to have your reviews. And if you
Your
guys,
videos.
what do you say? Reviews? Oh,
Reviews.
yeah.
We do the reviews, they
Okay.
send the videos.
Yeah, you
Okay?
can send the reviews and we do the video, whatever. If you guys want to review us your video, and then send us a link to contact@matthiaslebo.com with a link to your video, and include some information about the camera used, the dive plays, and video lights, special lenses, whatever, just to give us a little background information about the video you made.
Excellent.
Right now, we have, I'm not sure, about 6 months
More like 7, I would say.
7 month wait time.
Yeah.
But Matthias will explain you a very nice way how you can get in the front of the line.
Yes, it is actually a very smart way of getting in front of the line by subscribing to the YouTube membership plan Underwater Filmmaker. There's a link or a button, I better say, down underneath this video which says become a member. If you click on that, it's going to take you to the onboarding page for the membership, so you can sign up for that membership. And one of the benefits of that membership is going to be that your submissions will be prioritized. You don't have to wait for so many months until we get to your video, but it will be prioritized and watched and reviewed right away and published here on the channel probably within 2 or 3 weeks. So that's a very smart way of making sure that your video gets watched and reviewed as quickly as possible. Thank you very much if you decide to subscribe to that membership. Every single penny that gets put into or that we receive from these memberships is going straight back into the content that we're producing here on the channel.
Go straight back into the coffee machine.
Yeah, well, we do drink a lot of coffee, but that's an essential part of our life too.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you so much, guys, for watching and for sticking with us all the way to the end. There's not much more to say from us. Then have a great week. Enjoy capturing all your amazing underwater adventures, and we will see you next Thursday. Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye.